Farm for Profit Podcast. Take a listen, have a blast. Farm for Profit Podcast. Learn about farming while having a laugh. Farm for Profit Podcast.
Testing 1 and 2.
All right.
We got to come up with something better than that.
John Deere.
John
Peggy
Deere.
Sprayers. S780.
I was going to drink that. Kidding. Totally kidding. Hey, folks, as you can see, the on-air sign is on. I feel like it's on all the time.
It's on all the time.
It's on all. It's like what is that hotel where they leave the lights on for you? That's just what we do for podcasting. We just, yeah, there you go. Yes, that's right, Motel 6. But no, it's our pleasure to be here at the John Deere booth at the Commodity Classic in Denver, 2025. Excited for this pre-lunch interview. So it's going to go quick.
Yeah,
Tanner's like,
I don't want the banter. I want to get to lunch. No. If you don't feed the Tanner, he gets angry.
If you don't feed the Tanner, there should be a sign right out in front that says you can feed the Tanner.
Right.
He loves snacks.
Yep. Listeners, we love interaction. If you're wherever you're listening right now, if you haven't done it yet, please go leave us a review, 5 stars. We'd appreciate that. You can also always call or text 515-207-9640. Those go right to Tanner's phone, and you can bug him in the middle of the night.
You can. Good luck. I'll probably respond in the morning when I wake up, but I do love those messages, especially from our friends that come out to these trade shows and see us. It's going to be an exciting one. I'm looking forward to this. Our guest is super nervous. Told me that he almost got sick this morning. Just, doesn't know what to expect.
Should I introduce him?
Do it. Get right into it.
Today on the Farm for Fun show from the 2025 Commodity Classic from the John Deere booth, we meet up with a fellow mustache man. It's looking very good today. It's nice and trimmed.
I should have shaved.
Yeah, you should have. You should have. You missed the boat. He's got a custom spraying business. It runs all John Deere sprayers. He's getting some See and Spray. Please welcome from Washington, Austin, Roylance Spraying.
Yeah. Woo-wee.
Woo!
Boy,
What's up, buddy?
Hey, nothing much. Got
everybody
2 of you to clap.
definitely
There
showed
you
you
go.
the love.
There's we do have
one more.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's cool.
So I knew you'd be down here. We met a couple years ago, I think at National Farm Machinery Show briefly. But
I think it was last year, Commodity Classic.
was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the only show I've ever been to.
Okay.
Oh, let's see,
they're
you
all
would
starting
know,
to meld together in my brain. But so yeah, briefly, and I was like, we need to do a show with him. But Tanner plans everything out like 3 weeks in advance. So I saw you were going to be here, and I'm like, I got 2 spots left. I'm like,
Perfect.
I'm like, I got the guy, So
I kind of wanted to fill both spots with you, but he wouldn't let me do that.
So Austin, this is a Farm for Fun show. We like to learn about the guests behind the social media. So let's go all the way back. You're from Washington? Where in Washington?
Okay, so there's 2 sides of Washington, right? You got Western Washington. That's what most people think of: Seattle, rainy, wet, cold.
Yep.
I'm on the eastern side. It's a desert. It's a desert. So 6 inches of rain. If it wasn't for irrigation, there wouldn't be no farming. So that's kind of where I'm from. Until you get more to the Palouse, I guess, and then they got the dryland wheat,
Okay.
Palouse hills. But yeah.
And so you don't farm.
I do not farm.
You just custom spray.
Just custom applicate. 100%.
Okay. Did you grow up on a farm?
I say I did. So we live 15 miles out of town. It took 25 minutes to get to Walmart, 15 minutes to get to the nearest gas station. I grew up on, just a corner of a field. My dad owns about, 500 acres that he rents out to his brother.
Okay.
But yeah, that's where I grew up, out in the middle of nowhere. And Dad, since about 2000, just pure custom application.
Okay.
Farmers, you do it all, so should your technology. Level up your equipment with the latest innovations from Ag Leader.
From sure force downforce control and sure speed high accuracy planting to right spot individual nozzle control, Ag Leader has you covered.
And now, with the new In-Command Go displays, you get unparalleled visibility and control, keeping critical information at your fingertips. Upgrade today and reap the benefits this season.
Visit agleader.com or contact your local Ag Leader dealer to get started.
And so he made that decision to not farm, and he just wanted to rent, and he started the custom application?
it was made for him in a way. But
Okay. And he started the custom application?
Yeah, so back in '96, they got their first John Deere sprayer. I believe it was a 4700.
Okay.
sprayer, so I had like a 600-gallon tank, and then he upgraded, got a 90-foot boom put on there, thought it was big and bad.
Yep.
And then, so he started spraying for their own farm. They did, onions, not onions, potatoes and beets, and hay and wheat back then. And then as they kind of got out of the farming, he just went full custom, and one brother kept farming, and then the other brother went and got a job at the hospital. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And then when did you come back to the business?
Oh, boy. Let's think. 2017, I believe, was my first year spraying.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And had you ever sprayed before that?
No, not really. I'd worked, so I'd interned at a Simplot for the summer, so I'd done a lot of chemigating, applying chemicals through the circles. Everything's pivot irrigated where we're at.
Okay.
Right. So a lot of we don't take the tractor once the row's closed, so we just put it through the pivot. So I did that for Simplot, then I worked for CHS one summer, and then came back and started working for Dad after I was married and finished school.
Okay. What was that learning curve like to just hop in a sprayer? It's a wide swath at a high speed.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest. So Dad wouldn't let me touch it year one. So year one we had one sprayer.
Typical.
Yeah. Right. So we just had the one trailer, one sprayer, and I drove a water truck, and I did all the mixes. So I mixed all the chemical. I've been doing that, for 2 years at these other places. So he felt comfortable letting me do that. I drove the sprayer for one field, and then next year we had 2 sprayers, and I just got it and took off.
Oh.
I mean, I only think I hit the pole once or twice on a power pole. But
That's why they got breakaways.
Yeah, well, it worked out great. I started on my uncle's ground and then my dad's brother-in-law. So, I mean, if I messed up, oh, well, right?
That's what my dad does. He uses the breakaways. He's like, that's what they're there for. I want to get close.
I got to get it all. Yeah, it's better than some of the custom applicators that maybe don't go all the way to the edge of the field.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
Got a little weed patch.
You got a
That's-
fence row. You just
yeah.
flip that on. And
So always been John Deere sprayers?
yeah, always been John Deere. So Dad had that 4700 for a long time. Then he got, I think, a 4710. Then I think he jumped up to 4830, and now we just have 4038s or a 410.
Okay. So you got how many sprayers now?
4.
4.
Yeah.
So are you and your dad still running those?
Yeah. So I'm in it every day. Dad's in it every day. Dad's spraying right now. That's who's probably calling me right now, asking me questions. Since he's in the new 410, he's having some hard problems with
Just learning.
new screen, right? New handle and
technology.
everything. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, when he came over, he took a call right away, and it was all in Spanish. And,
What?
And I'm like, oh crap! Like, I was like, did I miss something? But it was he spoke pretty good. I was going to try to do the intro in Spanish, but
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. I would love to hear you guys speak some Spanish.
Cerveza por favor.
So where's that come from? Is that,
So I served the mission for our church, Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints in Texas, and it was Spanish speaking.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wrote down an accent. I feel like you've got more of a Southern accent than you do a
Oh, really?
Washington accent.
I think it's just because I don't speak right.
what is a
You don't
Washington
speak it.
accent?
Not what I'd expected him to sound like right now.
Oh, really?
What do you think of Washington
I
accent?
don't. I have no
Well,
idea.
now I'm self-conscious.
It's exactly what I asked you. I brought it right to your attention.
Oh,
That's
so-
okay. We apparently have a Midwestern accent.
Oh, yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah, we can't
I,
pronounce things right.
I do want to make a comment. We don't have the cameras turned around, but your audience is a wide array of different types of people. There was 4-year-old, 6-year-old, 9-year-old kids sitting here, and then there was also probably 96-year-old
All the way to 90.
ladies.
Yeah.
You had the whole audience covered, and then we ruined it.
And then it was just like the dinner bell went off, and they all left.
Yeah, it's lunchtime.
It is. And
It
that's
is
what-
almost lunchtime.
It is. It is.
Probably did.
So what kind of? I know you've made a couple content creation on the See and Spray. Is that on all your machines now?
No, so I don't have it on any yet. Hopefully by the end of the month, Deere will have what do they call them, a puck, PUC or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Precision upgrade.
I got to be
kit.
careful when I say that, right?
No, it's fair. Yeah.
So, yeah, those should be coming in, and hopefully the end of March we'll have those on, and I believe hopefully April, May, I'll be running that in some dryland, just trying to save the guys some money because chemical's expensive right now.
Yeah, I mean, you had the content was really good because you talked about the product, but then you talked about how much you were possibly going to save.
Yeah, I was kind of I had never exactly ran the numbers. I just looked at it as I will make more money as an applicator, but how much would it really save the grower? And it turns out they'd save quite a bit. Like if I went and did a person's field and they had their own sprayer, and I went and I did the See and Spray on it, it'd be cheaper for them to have me come do it than running their own sprayer, pretty much.
So
I didn't think about it from that perspective.
can you upcharge for that then, since you're saving them money?
I mean, I think I could and I might, but I don't think I will because I'm going to be able to cover so many acres because instead of one take covering 100 acres, I'll be able to cover 200, 300 acres. And it's just that much less water filling up and time wasted.
But I didn't
doing that
think
stuff.
about that. I mean, it's great for you to promote it and to get the technology because that's another pass for you. That's that you're getting paid to do.
Yeah, yeah. And, a lot of the guys in our area, so they'll do 2 passes with the ground rig, and then they'll do the last 2 on the fallow ground with the crop duster. But if I have the See and Spray, I think a lot of them will be more likely or want to try, at least us coming through and saving all that money.
Yeah.
Describe the crops that you spray, because you said a couple in the beginning that we're not used to.
Yeah, I mean, our area is different. It's kind of like Central Valley, California, but northern. So, I mean, there's like 300 different crops grown in our area.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, the 4 big ones that we cover, well, probably 3 is, we do wheat, corn, potatoes, and alfalfa and timothy are kind of some big ones that we cover. But, I mean, we'll do like broccoli, spinach, asparagus, carrots, onions, blueberries, just anything and everything you can pretty much think of. I've even sprayed, I sprayed 40 acres of soybean. There's no soybeans in our area, but other than a test plot one time I sprayed. But, yeah, pretty much anything you can think of.
I can't imagine like the knowledge you have to have,
not
for all
screw
the
up.
all the chemistries and the crop stuff, all the.
Well, I'll put it this way. Last year I sprayed 300 different products.
Oh, that's.
Yeah,
We're speechless.
Yeah. I've never sprayed.
What'd you go to college for?
I got a degree in agronomy, so crop and soil science.
So you got a little bit of a background to
I
be able to try and
did,
keep
and-
things separate?
What was that?
To try and keep things separate?
It doesn't help. But, like a lot of those are the same chemistry. It's just a different brand. So I got like Simplot's brand. Then there's, like FBN, Wilbur Ellis. They all got their different names. It's the same product,
Right.
but different names. So
Yeah.
you just got to kind of keep them straight.
So all those products, what's your tending rig look like?
Or like
Like your tender?
tender?
Your water tender.
Well, I actually just bought like a new one. What's that? Like a Fiber one. So basically,
yeah, one of the Dash or whatever.
yeah, but I had to make it different, special for me, right? So we just have a big platform that I can fit 6 pallets on or 6 totes, and it's just flat. It's just flat with walls around it, and then I just have a cone in the middle, and I can just pull all that different chemical and set it off because I'll have like 3 different pallets on there from 3 different farmers, 3 different products. Because I mean, like I'll rinse out 5 times a day sometimes because it's just
Oh my.
different chemistry and. Like
Can you imagine what an Iowa farmer would they'd be complaining?
Oh, yeah. I don't think they
absolutely.
understand.
I would be.
Yeah.
So what do you have to help you with clean outs and make that simple?
So I just run the automated system Deere has. So I just put fresh water in the rinse tank, and then okay, let me back up. So first off, I just get to a corner, edge of a road or somewhere, dump the like 5 gallons I have left out of my tank, right? Just dump it in the borrow pit there.
Yep.
And then I'll fill up with fresh water, and then I throw a little bit of soap, like a tank cleaner, in like the main tank, and then I just run that rinse cycle 3 times, and then that's it pretty much. And then I just make sure I charge the boom before I start my next load.
And is that like a recirculating system on your boom?
I do have that on one of my sprayers now. I actually will have it on 2. I haven't had it before.
Yep.
We haven't had any problems. You just make sure you rinse it out and charge your boom again. I mean, you have to think of it this way. Even if I had like a gallon left, and then I'm filling up another load, it'd just be, 1 gallon versus 1,000. Like, it's going to be diluted enough. I've never really had a problem rinsing out other than one time it froze and the metrobuzin in the mix kind of separated. And so it was like the bottom half of the pipe was full of that. But we rinsed and it looked clean, looked everything, so we went. But then that kind of knocked loose later and you could see it.
Oh, you learned.
Yeah, we learned. We learned.
Do you have to carry a pretty robust insurance policy for spraying these high value crops?
Yeah, it's usually what do they call it? 2 million umbrella, 1 million per incident policy. Lately, I've been getting a lot of letters from some of the big farms. Everyone's wanting us to go up to 3 million.
Oh.
Which is, I told them, sure, we can do that, but prices might come up a little bit for you.
Right. Yeah, man, that's a lot of risk
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So.
So we love the content that you put together and put out. You also talk a lot about your wife.
Well, I love her, so I do talk a lot about her.
I heard that when she's in your video, it does way better.
Oh, they always do better. I tell her, she's a good-looking lady, so, that's probably why. But,
Yeah?
yeah, I try to rope her in. She doesn't like to do it, so I have to bribe her quite a bit. So one of the bribes was we got to put in our chimney, like our fireplace and chimney.
Yep.
So that motivated her. Now it's a new bed set she wants, nightstands and all that. So, yeah, it's a work in progress.
How long you two been together?
This May will be, oh boy,
Yeah, put him on the spot.
9 years. 9 years.
9 years.
9 years that we've been married.
And you have kids?
Yep, 4 kids.
All right.
Yeah, I've got a 7, 5, 3, well, almost 3, and then a little 2-month-old.
Wow. Oh, man, that's new.
Yeah.
Fresh.
God bless her.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that she let you come.
Oh, yeah. I told her I was going, so.
Yeah. Nice.
That's a lot of fun, though. I do enjoy the content that you put together, and like I said, the jokes that you make, and whether or not she's on board for it, I think a lot of people relate.
Yeah, I definitely do. I always joke with her, it's always people's wives that like it. If you think of your typical farm family, it's like the husband usually doesn't have social media, but the wife sure does, and she's going to show him that video.
Yeah.
What was your route to social media?
So honestly, I started it probably 2.5 years ago, and it was just to get more business. I just wanted some more spraying business, so I was like even tempted to do like some pay to do local ads on Facebook and all that. Just trying to show guys that like, hey, like we're custom applicator, but I do care. Like I'm not just there get through the acres. Like I'm quality over quantity. That's kind of what I always tell my guys. Like, hey, like go slow, do a good job. The acres will come. As the guys see that we're doing a good job, Anyway, so that was my mindset when I started, and as it got a little more popular, I was like, you know what, like it's a little fun. I enjoy making the videos.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of has morphed into a little bit more of an entertainment and / educational page.
And I think it shines through like your quality over quantity when you're looking at purchasing See and Spray technology, and you said that you probably aren't going to charge more for it because you're just going to be more efficient.
Yeah.
He's going to charge more.
He said maybe, but maybe not.
I don't know. Deere charges you $1 to run it, right, per acre on the fallow ground. So I'm kind of going back and forth whether or not I should charge $1, like how do you say it? Like add that $1 to the cost of the customer.
I think that would be acceptable.
Or if I should just eat it myself because I can cover so many more acres with it. So it's just
don't eat it. Pass it along. I don't understand. The value that you're providing, at least the value I assume based upon the figures that you provided.
So have you been trained on the See and Spray, like how to calibrate, or does that happen once you get it?
That happens once you get it. That's part of the fee, the setup fee. They charge you like I don't even know what it was on the bill, but it's like $2,500, and they come and they ride with you for the day, make sure you're.
Well, I imagine spraying all the different kinds of crops. Yeah, I mean that's going to be important too.
Yeah.
Make sure
you can only run it on corn, cotton, soybean right now.
Yeah. Okay.
And fallow ground. So.
But technology's changing every day.
Oh,
so eventually that'll change.
You'll get an update and be able to use it on more crops.
Yeah, hopefully.
What particular product or crop do you think you'll use it in the most?
Well, right now.
He's only sprayed 30 acres of soybeans, and it works on corn and soybeans. So
yeah. So I believe that I will use it on the fallow. So I'm like right on the border of like the Palouse Hills where it's dryland wheat, and then the rest of it's irrigated. So I'm starting to pick up more dryland ground, and I think in the fallow, so it's every other year it's planted in the wheat, and then in the off year they spray it 4 times. And so I think that's where my niche is going to be, just spraying those 4 fallow sprays with the See and Spray. I think we'll do a broadcast, spray one, so it'll be Roundup over everything, get everything.
Yep.
And then the 3 subsequential ones will be spot sprayed.
And in your content, you talked about time for payback in acres.
Yeah.
What was that?
It was only like 850 acres, like 900 acres basically. Yeah.
You could probably do that in a day or 2.
Oh, yeah. It's, like one day, you could have that paid for easily. Yeah.
There's not very many other things that you could do in ag that would actually pay like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's accounting, for paying them that extra $1 too.
Sure.
I factor that in too. I mean, these are rough numbers. I mean, it depends on what they're spraying.
Even if it takes 2 days. I mean,
it's going to be exciting to follow along with you when you do get the
excited
machines
for that.
and you do get to use them. And I know based upon, at least I feel like I know your personality and through your content that you're going to tell us.
Yeah.
I'm just sad because my 2011 Hagee can't take it. So it has to be
Time to upgrade.
it's like 2017 or 18 or newer or something. So, yeah.
Well, I figured before we left this booth, we'd just work you a deal on this one sitting here.
This looks pretty nice.
Well, Tanner,
stop dripping on us.
Weren't you a finance guy?
I was, yeah. We can get it.
You can get him one.
We'll get it done. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to that. So a lot of your content is very humorous. At least I find it humorous.
Yeah.
Have you always been the funny guy?
Well.
A little waver in his voice there.
If you ask my wife, no.
It's a lot of. Hey, fair enough.
But I don't know. I wouldn't categorize myself as the funny guy. I always got a sly comment. So I don't know if some people find that humorous, some don't. So I don't know. It's just kind of what has happened. I feel like I was always in the middle, not super vocal, but I wasn't afraid to speak my mind. So it's just kind of, I guess I've become a little more vocal as I've done this. Yeah.
What are you excited for in the future? Are you going to keep buying sprayers and application equipment, or what?
I think so. I'm not done yet. I honestly would love to have multiple locations. I don't want to just be the guy down in the location. There's a lot of competition in our town. So there's like in our area, in our town itself, there's probably 3 other custom applicators that have 20+ machines.
Oh, wow.
And because we're like right in the middle of the area, so we can go any direction from our town. So there's a lot of them in our area. And so I don't know. We try not to compete, but we do. And I feel like with time, I'd like to expand, get like a location 2 hours north, 1 2 hours south, and maybe just kind of work my way out and just have 4 or 5 sprayers and a couple of fertilizer machines at each place.
So why is there so much custom application in your area?
That's a great question. I get asked that a lot because I would say probably 80-90% of the people in our area do not own a sprayer. So it's all third party. None of the co-ops own a sprayer. CHS is the only co-op with a sprayer. All the rest have sold them, gotten out of it, and yeah, it's all third-party custom applicators now. I would say the average farmer is probably 1,500 acres, so can't quite justify having their own sprayer. So it just makes sense to just custom applicate.
I mean, we've talked about a lot of things on this podcast that provide ROIs, and one of those is having your own sprayer.
Right.
The ability to all the opportunity. Our listeners know we don't need to berate them on that. So it just surprises me, even if you've got guys that are 1,500 acres, that there aren't 2 guys that go together and have a sprayer.
Yeah. I always say this. I'd say doing the math in our area, probably like 8,000 acres is the break-even point to buy a used one. And then once you get up to about 17 to 20,000 acres, I would go back to custom until you hit 25,000 acres. Because at that point, you have to pay for a full-time employee.
Okay.
And so once you factor in all that cost, and at that point, you probably should need a separate policy for insurance. And once you factor everything in, it's like, okay, I would go back to custom for that small area. If you're going from 20 to 25,000 acres, I'd go back to custom. And after 25, just get your own because you can justify a full-time employee at that point.
Have you always been this analytical?
I'm a numbers guy, yeah.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
So expanding, it's obviously going to take more machines, more labor. Is it hard to find labor?
Don't even start me on that. It is incredibly hard to find labor.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a very skilled position. You got to know a lot.
It is. And I'll be honest, we've been looking for some employees for a long time, and I passed over guys because I wasn't sure they could quite handle it. And waited. I had to be patient. Like, I hired a guy just a week and a half ago, threw him in the sprayer, and, we're riding with him till he gets comfortable. But I just had to wait for the right guy because you got to have the right guy in there.
Mm-hmm. So once you get him, how do you keep him?
Pay raises every 2 months, it seems like.
Do they get like acre bonuses or anything like that?
I do. Most of my guys are a salary, so I pay them the same every 2 weeks, no matter what, year round. And then I will either give them an overtime bonus or I will pay them an acre bonus. So like my fertilizer guys don't cover the same amount of acres, so I just give them an overtime bonus. So if they're staying late, they're compensated. The sprayer guys, I'd like them to get through acres, so I give them like a small bonus, like 30 to 35 cents an acre bonus. So it's significant to where they want to hurry, but it's not to where they're rushing, and making mistakes.
So is it at the point to where you still spend a lot of time in the sprayer?
I'm in a sprayer every day. I sprayed 40,000 acres last year.
Well, just a couple.
40,000 per machine?
Yeah, a little
Is
less.
that the goal?
That would be ideal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how often are you updating that sprayer? Because you're getting through, that's a lot of hours, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's like 700 to 800 hours a year for that. Yeah. We something else we do different. We do not road our machines from place to place.
Oh.
We put it on a trailer with ramps, and we drive from place to place. So that saves a lot of hours. So, like, I just bought a used sprayer, and it was like 75% of the hours were just roading.
Oh yeah,
And it-
our Hagee. I mean, gosh, 4,300 hours, and I think it's only sprayed 900.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because it's in my mind, it's like I'd rather depreciate out a $20,000 semi than
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And the hours on depreciation is expensive.
Yeah.
On these.
Yeah, and sometimes I do, one sprayer will have skinnies, the rest have floaters, and so like I'll have to do like a 3 mile from the bottom of our area up to the top with the one machine, and it's 3 hours, and it's like I'm not going to row that. I'm going to haul it.
Yeah. What is the scope? How big of a swath?
Probably about an hour and a half radius is about the furthest we go
Okay.
out. So
And is it just a truck, trailer, and sprayer, or do you got water on that trailer too?
yeah, so it's just basically it's got a water tank on the front of the trailer, then the mixed area, and then where the sprayer sits.
Okay.
And
so
then
when you go out, is it a one-man crew, or you got a guy on the ground mixing?
I try to have one employee like in a pickup per 2 machines, and so I'll just send that employee out. Hey, you go help so and so. But if the other guy needs help, you drive over, you go grab them parts. They forgot a box of chemical, just to help them out, and then
Keep them in the field.
yeah, and then I got one guy with a water truck that I try to send around and keep everyone full. But 4 sprayers from one water truck, it's kind of hard.
We went to the Custom Harvesters Convention in Des Moines, Iowa in January. Is there a custom harvest or a custom sprayer or application convention or anything
I
like
don't
that?
think so.
Maybe
I've
you
never.
should start that.
Oh, you
I
should.
thought
There you go.
about that. Yeah.
It sounds like you could have it where you're at with all the other custom guys.
Yeah.
So
You need to have it someplace warm and on a beach with
yeah, I'd do
margaritas.
that.
Yeah.
I do a little custom spraying.
You would.
Yeah. Yeah, you come join our group.
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
Yeah, there's a good Facebook group. I should talk to them, and maybe we'll get something figured out someday.
Yeah,
just a-
John Deere's ears are perking up.
Started as a meetup. Absolutely. So you said you described it as the desert.
Yeah, it's a desert, cactus and all.
So do you ever get stuck?
No, because it's sandy. And it's usually wet, so it's never too wet usually. We've gotten stuck once or twice. I don't know. You guys are probably referring to my video a couple days ago.
Yeah.
That was actually 2 years ago. That video. That's the worst we've ever gotten stuck, and that was just like a real wet, and it was a duck pond. And so it was just real wet and just.
Shouldn't have been there anyway.
Oh yeah. He just sunk down to the rims. It was awful.
We were Y dropping one time for custom for a guy that didn't get his nitrogen on, but the corn was tall and the bottom fell out, and we had to run corn down to go pull the dang thing out. It was crazy. The craziest thing ever. Like, it didn't look wet where it was. It was actually dry on top,
Oh,
and
and
you
it
could
just-
stand on it.
yeah.
Like, you couldn't even pick. It was kind of crunchy on top, but underneath it just fell out. So,
Yeah. But you guys got different soil. It's probably real clay.
Yeah.
Clay
Yeah, we
loam.
get pretty deep black soil. Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, it was
Yeah.
felt terrible running down corn with the tractor to
yeah.
go pull them out. But
Yeah, I feel bad, but sometimes I always try to tell the farmers, make sure the field's dry enough, and if it's not, it's like, well, I did ask.
how do you handle the logistics? I mean, 4 sprayers and people going everywhere. You have like,
And he sprays 40,000 acres himself.
Yeah.
do you utilize like John Deere Ops for that?
I do love the John Deere Ops Center. I don't use it to plan anything. I probably would. They just need to add, John Deere, if you're listening, you just need to make it so I can attach a PDF to it, so they can get a copy of the rec. I can attach it to my John Deere stuff, and then that'd be great.
That's good feedback.
Yeah. I've said that several times.
Note taken.
Yeah. But I use Google Calendar, so I just say like who they're spraying for, how many acres, and then I put any text message or anything I've gotten from the grower, I put in that Google event or whatever it's called, and then I attach the work order there, and then that's what the people run off.
Does it look like this?
Kind of. I mean, I can. Yeah,
Tanner'd probably geek out on that. Man, he's a scheduler.
well, maybe he can help me be a little more efficient with it. And it's nice. I can attach PDFs so they can always see. Like, I'll go back to a busy month. So this is what it typically looks like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So everyone's got their own color. Yeah, just like that.
Very colorful.
So that works pretty good for the most part. And then I just we all meet at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I just try to make sure each guy knows where he's going, where to park. I just try to make sure they know, like, every farmer's different. Like, hey, like, this guy hates it when you park where he stacks his hay, but then the next guy will want you to park there, So just make sure they know the ins and outs about each grower. Then I send them out, and then I just field phone calls the whole day while I'm driving.
Did social media work for more business locally for you?
I think so. I think a little bit. I know I picked up a few guys, and I know it strengthened the relationship with some. They were able to see exactly what we're doing and how hard I do try to do a good job, and the things I've changed on my sprayer to make it better, so I can do a better job. And I think they appreciate that. And so I think it's more than anything strengthened the relationship with some, as well as maybe gotten a few more guys. Not as many as I would have liked, but it's helped.
What about the relationship with your competition?
Oh, they hate it.
Yeah.
They're telling them everything. It's like they can't figure it out on themselves. It's just like
And why not?
yeah.
Haters gonna hate.
Oh yeah.
It's like that way in farming too.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, but
The only time I get upset with them is sometimes they're like, "Oh, you don't want them because that guy just spends his whole time on his phone," and it's like, I'm like, I try not to talk bad about them, but that's the only thing that they do that really annoys me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where have you guys been?
We just got back from the Custom Harvesters event where operators from across the country couldn't stop talking about Steinbauer performance modules.
Yeah, they're seeing up to 25% more power, better fuel efficiency, all with smarter injector duration and not altering the rail pressure for safe and reliable performance.
If you're looking to maximize your machine's potential, go to steinbauer.us and tell them Farm for Profit sent you to get yours today.
I suppose.
No, I get that. Well, we do like playing games with our guests. I don't know. Have you listened to a podcast of ours?
Yeah. I've listened to some. I've not a ton. I'll be honest. Last year I tried starting to listen to you guys, and I must have picked the wrong one. It was like really dry.
Was it about accounting or?
I don't know.
It was probably Tanner and.
It was probably. I think it was about marketing crops.
You don't have crops to market, so why would that interest you?
So, but since then, like a couple months ago, I did start listening to you guys again, and I just kind of more like selectively pick which one.
If you don't like it, go to the next.
That's why we went to 2 shows a week. So that way, if it's not somebody's cup of tea, right on to the next one.
Yeah. A lot of people like Farm for Fun shows. Some don't like Farm for, they're not always in. I mean,
no, I think they're good. They were even good. I listened to the guy you did with the Brazilian guy.
Oh,
Julio.
yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
And that was we just sparked that. We weren't even planning that show.
Like you met him at breakfast or something?
Yeah.
He came over.
Met him for coffee. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're like, and Tanner had it's like the stars aligned. Tanner had another meeting, but that got canceled, and we're like, hey, let's just throw the mics on.
Yeah.
So,
That was good. Well, the game I want to play is Guess the Farm Fact.
Oh, geez.
So I just covered it up for Corey so he can kind of play with you. And we're going to test your ag knowledge. It is a fact that chickens outnumber humans on this planet. How many more chickens are there than humans?
I saw this one, so I better not.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 1-to-2 ratio. No, yeah, okay.
3 to 1. 3 times as many chickens.
Okay.
We still don't have any eggs.
Might be 1 to 2 after this bird flu.
It could. So that you asked us about our conversation with Randy and Zach, and we had a lot of fun with them. We asked them this question. Would you rather fight, how did that go? Would you rather fight a horse-sized chicken or a dozen chicken-sized horses?
I'd go with the horses that are miniature.
The miniature horses?
Hey, you could boot them.
Chickens are mean.
There's 12 of them.
You can boot them, yeah.
Just boot 'em? You punt a dog?
Yeah.
Can't do that. 1 bushel of corn can sweeten how many cans of soda?
Ooh.
Is it soda or is it pop?
Pop.
It's pop.
It's pop.
Pop.
Yeah. In Texas, it's Coke.
Yeah,
That's true.
Correct.
I'm going to guess 1 bushel, 56
So a
pounds,
bushel. Okay.
56 pounds of corn. 500?
I'll go 501.
Should have gone 499.
Oh.
It's 400 cans.
Oh, wow.
You'd have been
okay.
closer. This is one. I always like this because I won a trivia deal at a bar when I guessed correctly that an ostrich has a brain that's smaller than its eyeball.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
So that was a fun fact that I had. So this one is, what animal's teeth take up more space than its brain?
Alligator.
No.
Shark?
That's a great guess.
Man.
It's a mammal.
Mammal. Okay.
Oh, it's a mammal. Golly. I don't know.
It's like a sperm whale?
It's a horse.
Oh, what?
Horses'
They
teeth
got a lot of teeth.
take up more space in their mouth than their brain.
You learn something every day.
Yeah.
Where do you come up with these?
Chat GPT.
Oh.
I don't even know if they're true.
That's on the internet. It's got to be true.
It's on. AI told me. Absolutely.
Oh, shoot.
No.
Well, what are you most excited about seeing here at the show?
I'll be honest. I'm going to go check out the John Deere with the new carbon fiber truss boom and the dual tank system.
Are you getting the carbon fiber truss?
I am not. I might have a different carbon fiber from a third-party person this September, 160-foot one.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Do
But
you ever do any fungicide spraying in tall corn?
no.
No?
I do defoliate corn, like dry it
like seed
out.
corn?
Yep, seed corn.
Okay.
I do about what I do. I did 100 seed corn plots of 2 acres. Last fall. Yep, super fun.
Yeah, we got asked by a seed company if we wanted to do custom spraying for them, and found out they were all 15 and under, and like plots, acre plots, and they paid by the hour, not by the acre.
Yeah. I charge them. It's just 600 acres flat fee per field, and then if it's for some reason bigger than that, I'll just go to my normal rate.
I said no. I spend all of my summer in the sprayer anyway. It's like I don't need that headache.
Well, come out and I can
So yeah,
get
you
some
can
more
start,
acres.
You can bring your operation. You know, that'd be one of your satellite.
Oh,
operations.
yeah, there you go.
all the way down. Yeah.
Satellite in central Iowa.
Yeah. Yep.
We'd get you a couple thousand acres. get you started.
Yeah, well, that's the problem is that the guys in our area say, hey, like, can you go any cheaper? I'm like, no, I'm not going any cheaper. Like, well, the Midwest guys do it for so cheap, though. I'm like, yeah, that's the Midwest, though.
How do you set your price?
I just kind of base it off. I try to keep everything in ratio. So, like, I know how much my costs are. I know how much I'm going to make. And I just try to keep that at a certain ratio. Like, I do a certain percentage goes to payroll, which is my biggest. A certain percentage I try to spend on equipment. And, yeah, so I just, I'm a cash guy, all cash.
Oh.
So it's, that's just kind of how I've operated. So.
Well, it's very cool. I'm glad you accepted our invitation to come here today. It's been fun. I mean,
Are you trying to close the interview out? You're trying to wrap it up?
I see you getting hungry.
No, that's not it at all. I got more questions.
What do you got? There you go.
All right, what do you got for me?
So if you were to try and use our audience to recruit sprayer operators,
Oh, yeah.
how do you sell coming to work for you?
Well, so I feel like as a custom applicator, and I can only speak to the guys around us, we don't work Sundays. A lot of guys do. Half their guys work all Sundays. They'll work, every day for 4 months straight. I don't do that. We get Sundays off, so it's usually mid-February through the end of June is our busy time. We get 80% of the spraying done, and then it's not too bad. It's like 40 to 50 hours for the summer, and then it's usually 40 hours during the fall, and then we take. So anyways, so that's kind of the schedule. Sundays off, you get all of December off. I still pay you in December. We only work 36 hours through October, November, 30 to 36 hours, just real slow. I try to give everyone a week off in the summer so they can go on vacation. Pay is a lot more than anyone else is paying, but that still doesn't seem to matter. I've talked to a few custom applicator guys in the Midwest, and we pay a lot more.
So your schedule almost works to where you could share a Midwest applicator.
Almost. There is a little bit, like May would be like a really hard month. Mid-April through May would be real hard to share with. But, yeah, I'll start in the end of January, and February is kind of slow but picking up, and then we're super hot and heavy in March. So, yeah.
So if someone wants to come work for you, how do they get hold of you?
Just message me on social media, or you can look up roylancespring.com, and I think that little thing should pop up, or you can send us a message there saying you're interested in the job, because I'm always looking for someone. It always seems like I'm always short people.
So you're running a custom business. Do you think you'd ever farm?
I mean, I would like it. I don't know how I would do it on it, because I'm a cash guy. I don't know how I would do it without leveraging everything, because land's expensive, equipment's expensive. Dad does own the land, but then I'd have to pay him rent. I'm sure it'd be a reduced rate, but I'd have to pay him and buy some equipment. It's not out of the picture. If I had a brother that wanted to come back, I have 6 brothers, so if one wanted to come back, I would maybe try to hey, let's get the farm running, and to kind of keep things separate. And then when Dad goes, it'd be easier to split up. So I don't know.
6 brothers?
There's 6 boys and 4 girls, so there's 10 of us.
Are any of them in the business?
Nope, not yet.
Nope.
So,
Not yet. So are they younger?
some of them are. I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest and best looking.
So all of them would be younger.
Yeah. Well, all of them are younger than me. Some of them are still pretty young. My youngest brother's 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
How old are you?
Oh, well, 31 now, I guess.
After 30, you kind of just,
Yeah, it's all the same, right? Your back hurts.
am I 31 or 32? You know.
Hey, your back and your knees. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Funny story is we did a flag football team with just some friends and for Turkey Bowl, right? Yeah, so I was playing QB. So after like one set of downs, I was like, you know what? You throw the ball. I'm going to run for a route. First route, tore my hamstring. Couldn't walk for days. It was awful. That's when I knew I was over 30.
And your shoulder was probably still sore too from the one set of downs you threw the ball.
Yeah, it was. Yes.
So you're still young enough to know what happened. Last week, I couldn't walk. My hamstring was out, and I'm like, what did I even do? Like, I just woke up, and I could hardly walk. That's getting old there.
I mean, it might be part of the shenanigans that we got involved with
No,
last
I
night.
don't-
I'm talking about last night for me.
Oh.
I'm sitting over there at an interview earlier, and Corey's cord is just like it is, and all of a sudden I cramp up in my hammy.
About pulled
and
my
I
headset off.
shove my foot down, to try and get rid of that Charlie horse.
Yep.
And just yanked him right down. It's like, dang, this getting old thing is not
It's
for
rough.
the birds.
It's rough.
It is. It is. So, well, are you
That-
hungry?
those were the
are
two.
you hungry, Tanner?
I'm hungry, but I'm not going to rush a guest out of here.
No.
Hey, I'm good.
respectful.
I'm here as long as you guys want me here.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to get those two questions because I was curious. You mentioned your dad owned farm ground, and didn't know if you'd want to get back into it. That is cool, though. You may have siblings come back, and maybe
Yeah,
they
we'll
become
see.
those good operators.
We'll see. It's like any family operation. It has its up and downs. So, I mean, if they're not 100% wanting to do it, like, I'm going to tell them, like, hey, like, go, like, if you're not going to be 100% commit, like, probably go find something else you love to do.
Yeah.
Like, I have a brother, he's an engineer. I have another brother in construction. Well, he's majoring in construction, so we'll just see what he does, and the rest are all younger still. So,
Okay.
Cool.
Well, like I said, thank you for accepting our invitation. I am really, really excited to follow your journey through the See and Spray thing.
Yeah, I am
Because,
too.
we follow it. We've talked about it a lot, but now to have someone from the beginning follow that process, that's so analytical like you. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. So I hope it works out. I think it's going to. It sounds like it.
yeah, I hope so. I've heard good things, bad things. You hear it all the in between. So, got to get it and try it out for myself now.
Yeah. I love it. Well, appreciate you
Yeah,
hanging
anytime.
around. Corey, what do you tell the audience?
Crack a cold one. You deserve it.